Hey guys, what's going on? My name is Xan Barksdale of Catching 101. I'm excited to bring you another video in the new series I've released called The Catching Classroom, where we break down video from MLB games and we can learn from what the guys at the highest level are doing so that hopefully we can improve our game at home. Got a great video for you today. Let's go ahead and get into it. All right, today we've got a video that's very interesting and there's a number of learning points and teaching points in. So let's go ahead and watch the video. For those of you that haven't been here with us before, I always like to let the video play at full speed first. We'll all watch it in real time and then we'll go back and break it down frame by frame. Just to give you a little background of what's going on, it's the first inning. It's the bottom of the first inning. The score is tied 0-0. We have no outs with the runner on first and second base. So let's go ahead and watch the play and then we'll break it down.
Perez had the big swing last night as there go the runners and the throw will be into second base. It was a late start and Thomas is out.
It was Abrams at second. He's off to the races. Michael doesn't look back again and they took advantage of that. Now the question is, did the leg get in before the tag? And it appears it.
All right, so there we have a video where you see a double steal takes place, and we have C.J. Abrams on second, Lane Thomas on first, and then Carlos Perez makes a great play and throws out the backside runner, Lane Thomas at second base. Let's go ahead and go back to the first frame and break it down and look at it and pick out a few things that we can try to learn from. Okay, so again, the first thing that we'll see is runner on first and second. Nobody's holding on either runner, which is what happens at the higher levels of baseball. See the defensive positioning of the middle infielders and the first baseman. We'll get into it. Now, this is important. It's going to click to it. But the pitcher, Michael Kopech, what we'll see is Abrams at second base. Right now, Abrams is looking at the pitcher. He is reading his head turn. Okay, so as soon as he comes set, he's going to look back at second base. As soon as he turns his head to deliver the ball to home plate, that's when we're going to see Abrams start to vault off second base. And if he gets a good timing and a good jump, he'll take the bag. Okay, so again, we'll look at it frame by frame here. As soon as the head starts to turn on Kopech, now we see Abrams start to go. That's what we call a one look. Now, if Abrams had turned his head back around, and if Kopech had turned his head back around to Abrams at second base and looked at him, Abrams would have stopped his shuffle and gone back to second base or stopped his secondary. So again, we see a one look. Abrams takes off. Now, a lot of times on these plays, it's easier to get the backside runner as long as we have communication, okay? I think one of the most important things to talk about here is that this is a scripted play. Okay, so for all you catchers out there watching this, this is not something that you're going to do in the heat of the moment. You're not going to see both guys take off and then in the heat of the moment decide, okay, I'm going to throw out the runner at third or I'm going to throw out the runner at second. This is a play where you're going to come out, maybe we go through our signs, and we have dictated that in this situation, we know Abrams at second base, he steals at like a 90% success clip. I think he's got 42 successful stolen bases. He's only been thrown out 4 times on the year. Now, Lane Thomas at first base is also a good base runner. He's got 19 successful stolen bases, and he's been thrown out 4 times. So he's still stealing at above 80%, which is right at the league average. But in this type situation, as a catcher, we may have a better opportunity to throw the backside runner out than the front side runner. At second base, we're probably going to have a better chance to get a good lead. And at first base, we have to wait, which we'll be able to see in this next angle in the next video clip. Okay, so as we fast forward a few frames, now this is the really important frame and clip that we have to see right here. So look at the 2 runners. Okay, we have Abrams on second, does not have a big lead. We see the second baseman, the middle infielder holding him, and then we see Lane Thomas at first base. The positioning of the first baseman, you can see he's in the 4 hole. He's not very close to the bag, so Thomas can take an extended lead, but what we notice is we see Kopech here. This is the video. We'll see he's looking at the runner. As soon as he's a one-looker, he turns his head, we're going to see Abrams start to vault. And now as a runner at first base, the runner at first base cannot take off until you know that the runner at second base is stealing. Again, when you get to higher levels of baseball, these guys have the green light. All right, so again, sometimes in high school baseball or younger, the runners only steal when the coach puts on the steal sign, all right? These guys, they steal whenever they feel like they have a good jump and whenever they can get a good lead and they think they can take the bag. So Abrams, he knows he's going to steal at some point during the at-bat, but he's trying to pick the correct pitch. So Abrams goes, and then we see Lane Thomas at first. He has to hesitate before he's able to go. Okay, we'll back this up a little bit. Okay, again, we're going to key in on the pitcher's head. He's looking at the runner at second. As soon as it turns, Abrams is going to start to vault and go. And now if we look at the timing, look at Lane Thomas on first base. He hasn't taken a move, hasn't gained any ground yet. So again, we're comparing the runner on second, the runner on first. Abrams is gone. Lane Thomas is starting to move, but still hasn't gained any ground. It's not until about right now that Lane Thomas starts to gain any ground towards second base. And that's why as a catcher, we many times have a better opportunity to throw the backside runner out rather than trying to throw the lead runner out. Again, we have to know the runners, we have to know the situation, and we have to know our pitcher's time to the plate, all these different things that go into play. But this is going to be the best view where we have a great shot to throw out the runner at second base, but we don't necessarily have a shot to throw out the runner at first base. Okay, we'll go back through this one more time real quickly as the play develops. So we see the pitcher looks like he's going to be a one-looker. His head turns. Abrams starts to vault off second. It's not until now that Lane Thomas gets to take off, so that's why we have a predetermined play. The catcher has told the middle infielders, everybody knows that we're going to throw to the backside bag on a double steal, and that's why we have plenty of time to throw him out on a play just like that. Okay, so again, this is one of those plays that I see a lot of times catchers are expected to throw the backside runner out when this necessarily hasn't been a teaching point. It hasn't been taught in a practice leading up to this. So it's a good learning point for us. Yes, we'd love to throw the lead runner out if possible, but we don't want to just throw to the lead bag and let both guys advance easily if we have a better chance to throw the backside guy out. So again, I hope you like this video. I definitely enjoy making them. Please think about subscribing to the channel and sharing it with somebody who might benefit from watching. I'll see you again next week. All right, guys, if you found this episode of The Catching Classroom helpful, I've got an entire playlist of videos just like this somewhere on the screen over here. And if you'd like to get notifications when other videos like this come out, please hit the subscribe button over here. If you found value in it, I would really appreciate you hitting the like button or sharing this video with a young catcher or a catching coach who might find value with it.